Let me give you some information about God. God likes to watch. He's a prankster. Think about it. He gives man instincts. He gives you this extraordinary gift, and then what does he do? I swear, for his own amusement, his own private cosmic gag reel, he sets the rules in opposition. It's the goof of all time. Look, but don't touch. Touch, but don't taste. Taste, don't swallow. And while you're jumping from one foot to the next, what is he doing? He's laughing. He's sick. He's a tight ass. He's a sadist. He's an absentee landlord. Worship that? Never.
And I'm Will Leggetter, and welcome to today's podcast. That was a very strong Al Pacino impression, actually. Halfway through, you slipped into the captain from the pirate from Captain Phillips. But well, look at me, I am the captain.
I'm the captain now. I'm the captain. Why did you pick me? Yeah. Oddly enough, Captain Phillips next week's episode. No, I'm kidding. Very much doubt we'll do a Captain Phillips. But we're not doing Captain Phillips. We are doing. Take it away, Will. Introduce this.
I'd love to. It's a great season opener. We're doing The Devil's Advocate.
Did you forget?
A young attorney has the chance of a lifetime.
Milton Chadwick Waters, we want you to come to New York. All expenses, first class, travel and lodging, you and your wife.
Oh my God.
He will enter a place of wealth and ambition.
We've got 40 partners vested at the moment. In addition to our corporate clients, we're currently representing about 25 foreign countries. He's got you scheduled for 15 minutes, so make the most of it.
John Milton.
Kevin Lomax.
Well, what's that like? One day you're putting them away, next day you're setting them free.
Takes a little getting used to.
Pays better though, doesn't it?
Welcome to Babylon, Ma.
Speak of the devil.
A world of power and seduction.
Who's that with the senator?
Controlled by one man.
Just forgot what we were doing.
1997, directed by Taylor Hackford. Who's Taylor Hackford's famous wife?
The lady from Titanic. Misery. No.
Helen Mirren.
That's nice.
Yeah. Taylor Hackford, great, directed Ray. This. We've not done it. You haven't seen it, but it's come up more than once. Proof of life. It keeps coming up for some reason. He also directed the wonderful Dolores Claiborne, which I should have mentioned when we were talking about Best King adaptations, because that is fantastic. It's Kathy Bates, it's Christopher Plummer, it's Spacey, it's Jennifer Jason Leigh, it's David Strathairn. It's a really good film, very good film, Dolores Claiborne. But we're not talking about any of those films. Thank God. We're talking about The Devil's Advocate.
I swear he can hear us. Hell, he can smell us.
He will make your dreams come true.
Want to come upstairs and...
Now?
He will grant your fondest wish.
I'm just warming my hands on your talent. You know what I see? I see the future of this law firm.
He knows your greatest fear.
Milton is into everything. Arms brokering, chemical weapons, toxic waste, money laundering for the Eastern Bloc. I mean, it goes on and on.
I don't like it here, Kevin.
And he knows the price of your soul.
Let's make a beef.
Who are you? Oh, I have so many names. I'm here on the ground with my nose in it since the whole thing began. God likes to watch. He's an absentee landlord.
Keanu Reeves.
He's always been there. I know that now.
Al Pacino.
As God sleeps late.
We will win.
A movie so incredibly rewatchable, so astoundingly hilarious, so wickedly perverse. It astounds me every time. The movie follows Keanu Reeves as Kevin Lomax, who is headhunted by Milton Chadwick Waters, a law firm, and there's something a bit off about the guy who runs the place. Here's my first question. Is the devil thing supposed to be a twist?
See, the thing
it's neither a major part. It's never. They never like. It's
No.
not. I don't know. It's not like Silence. Let's say Silence of the Lambs, where you know who Buffalo Bill is. It's not a twist when she shows up at his house. They play a bit like a twist when he's revealed as the devil.
Yeah. I think it kind of, they got carried away because in a way that the writing itself, the lines, it's very poetic in the way that it talks a lot about heaven and hell, and it tries to weave that in all the way through.
Is this the first time anybody has ever called the writing of this film poetic?
Well, it's true.
Are you going to say it's subtle next?
It's all of those things and more, Tom.
Also, chicken or the egg? What came first? Did somebody say, I want to make a movie called The Devil's Advocate? Or did somebody write this? Well, it's not. It's a book. I cannot believe that this is a book. I would have definitely bought it.
It's a book?
It's a book. And but I didn't know it was a book until I did the research. So unfortunately, I didn't get to read it for Tom's Book Corner. This is one of this. I remember this was one of the first films where we were talking, and we were like, "Oh, you like Devil's Advocate?" Because up until that point, I hadn't met anybody who liked Devil's Advocate.
Really?
And well, no, I was just like, finally, I get to quote all these absurd lines that for some reason I know all of word by word. Let's jump to YouTube comments. Let's see who agrees with us. Underrated masterpiece, period. Pacino should have got nominated for an Oscar for this performance, in my opinion. I don't know if when people talk about the big Pacino travesty, I don't know if they're talking about Devil's Advocate. Typewriter. Tax-free in all Islamic nations. Come and see Allah.
Is that a promotion? Is it
I don't know how that relates.
Advertise? No.
Al
I'm
Pacino-
intrigued.
I'm intrigued too. I don't like. Yeah. Al Pacino's overacting is scary. Charlize Theron's perm is scarier. Keanu was so smoking hot in this movie. Almost impossible to keep your wits about you when he's on screen. Oh. I mean, I can't. I mean, everybody's opinion's subjective. I don't know if... Is he smoking hot? I wouldn't say
Not
it
with
looks
that accent.
ugly. Baby. Oh, baby. I forgot you got to be here long enough to knock me up. Oh, baby. My sister told me I watched some pretty crazy movies when I was a kid that I probably shouldn't have. One of them, she said, was Devil's Advocate, when you were like 2. Ha ha ha. With a name like that and Keanu Reeves, I had to check it out. Blown away. Absolutely amazing on so many levels. Feeling my emotional intelligence brimming after watching this masterpiece. I didn't even know this had anything to do with God, religion, Satan, etc. I thought it had to do with personal morals versus ethics. What the hell?
I mean, the clue's in the title.
The devil is a liar.
It's confirmed right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Confirmed. Do you remember the first time you saw Devil's Advocate?
Yes. I want to say during my sort of end of secondary school era, we were watching it as a family. All sat around to watch Devil's Advocate. We just had
to watch Keanu Reeves suck the toe of a red-headed Dutch woman.
It's another one of those Sunday dinner on your lap films that my family have a lot. And we all sat down, watched about halfway through, got to about 11 o'clock, and we're like, should be getting to bed now, shouldn't you? Oh, yeah, all right. But I was so intrigued.
Is he the devil or not?
We got about halfway, just after like the big party where he's like, "Oh, you should put your hair back."
Oh, Donald Trump was here. That's age 5.
I liked it so much. I ran upstairs with glee. I downloaded an app where you could watch live TV channels, and I watched the rest of the movie in bed.
I mean, who wouldn't? This was where my movie watching was half an hour every morning with my cereal, and so I would tape lots of movies, and then they would be like very quiet, and I would miss lots of things, and then I would only realize lots of plot points when I bought the DVD. And yeah, no, this was one of them, and I was like, this is great. And I think over the years, I've grown a slight guilty pleasure aspect to it. But when I was a kid, I was like, this is the best movie ever made. It's like Tim Burton, but because I love Tim Burton. And I think I still do. Those, I mean, when I was a kid, I liked everything Tim Burton. But I'd say those solid 6, let's say. But
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yes. I'd know those teeth. Do you know why he's doing a Michael Jackson impression?
No.
Because it was supposed to be Michael Jackson. That was the original casting.
Really?
And Michael Jackson was supposed to do a whole album of music for the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory movie.
I mean, it's bad enough doing the impression. That would have scarred me for life, Michael.
And then apparently some of the music on his later albums is like re-lyriced Charlie and the Chocolate Factory music, but he's never said which one, and he never will. Go on to Michael Jackson quiz. Do you know what other roles he wanted?
I've heard of a few. I can't remember what.
He wanted to be in Men in Black as a real agent, not just that little cameo.
Yeah.
And he also wanted to play Ralph Fiennes' role in Red Dragon, the murderous tooth fairy. Francis Dollarhide. I am the Red Dragon and you will worship me. Wonderful film.
Tooth Fairy, also a great film.
That's the double bill.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
We'll do a double bill. Well, we'll do Red Dragon, and then we'll say, and we've got a double bill, and everybody will think it's Manhunter, the original Red Dragon, and then it'll actually be Dwayne Johnson's Tooth Fairy. Yeah, no, and yeah, Michael, bloody Michael.
Oof. He's silly boy.
Oh, Michael. Quiz question. What are the 2 times he's come up on the podcast so far?
The bad music video.
3. True. That. I made a human nature joke. If they say why, and Scary Movie 3.
Of course.
Let's jump into it. Best 10-minute stretch.
For me, it's the reveal. It's that whole speech.
Whole half an hour. 1-act play. Pacino.
He just goes full Pacino mode.
This is just an example of. I'll jump best line. These are just an example of some of the insane things he says in this crazy in this crazy monologue. Who are you? Oh, I have so many names. Satan. Call me Dad. Is just one example. Here's another. Here's probably my personal favorite, and this is jumping the gun on Tom's favorite part of the film. God damn it! What did you do to my wife? Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most depraved act of sexual theater known to man, 1 being your average Friday night run through of the Lomax's household, I'd say, not to be immodest, Marianne and I got it on about 5. And he goes, Al, can you say that again just without that weird cartoon lisp? No. That's the joke. This is a 20-minute scene where Al Pacino, his main thrust is for his son and daughter to have sex in front of him. I know he's the devil, but still. It baffles. I know that this is 97. It baffles me that this movie actually got made.
I'm glad it did.
Oh, I'm very glad it did. But this is a movie where our hero, the first scene, he gets a pedophile off on court. We
should specify by that we mean he's acquitting him.
And then and so he verbally abuses this poor child, and I don't know if that's a solid enough theory to win the trial. I mean, obviously he comes back at the end and he does right, but still we have to, we enemy and because he has no qualms about getting this pedophile acquitted. He starts having the moral issues with Alexandra Cullen killing his maid and wife and 2 kids. That's the overline. And then you've got the goat subplot as well. This is a movie that spends 10 minutes on a goat, a sacrificial goat case. Does it feel its length?
Halfway through it gets a bit.
I'd say it's the goat. The goat stuff.
The goat is good, but it's not needed. But it's just a nice extra, isn't it?
Well, yeah, no, I like it all. It flies by for me. I like. I mean, it's got the Goodfellas thing of I like the first hour more, where it's like everybody's happy. I feel Charlize's going mental in every scene, and it's really tough to watch.
Yeah.
But once she's dead, and you've just got Al Pacino singing Frank Sinatra.
This is revolution, Kevin. Viva la causa!
It happened in Monterey a long time ago.
Forget about him.
I met her in Monterey.
This is about us.
In old Mexico. Stars and steel guitars and luscious lips as red as wine.
Kevin, you don't know how hard it's been for me to wait for you.
It happened in Monterey.
Also, her death scene. That's strange. I think it's worse the fact that Keanu Reeves is just hammering the door down, going, "Mayor, Mayor."
And Deborah Monk don't give 2 shits. Pam, she just stands there. I mean, I know she's she's like the devil's helper or whatever.
Yeah,
but she don't care. And then she goes, "Oh, you're here. Don't worry, he'll sort it all out for you." And you've got the empty block. Oh. I'd say you could also throw in the party scene. I like the party scene a lot.
That's where he says he's telling to Peter Everback, he's like, people are pretending not to look at us, that they probably think we're fucking. It's great.
Do you remember, Will, how he describes a woman's body?
I cannot.
I have it.
Please enlighten me.
I have
it.
it.
Yeah. So you do.
A woman's shoulders are the front lines of her mystique, and her neck, if she's alive, thanks to the specification, has all the mystery of a border town, a no man's land in that battle between the mind and the body. The worst vice is advice. Hair advice is another one of my Tom's favorite parts of the film. I just think it's really nice. Like, is it good advice? I prefer the perm. I think she looks better in the first half.
I like the perm.
Maybe it's because she's not crying and going like mental with the perm. But yeah, no, I think she looks better in the first half. Especially not in the church, where she's got a match blanket around her. He did this to me! Tom's weirdly specific favourite parts of the film. I mean, these are just... I'd say they're obvious to us because we've watched it so many times and we quote these things constantly. I mean, it's without a shadow of a doubt, it's Kevin walking into Pacino's room for the first time. Pacino is speaking Japanese on the phone
with the wonderful Jeffrey Jones.
Yes, this is our second Jeffrey Jones film, a real life pedophile. So that's I'll use that same change again of my change is that in real life Jeffrey Jones wasn't a sex criminal. So he comes in and he goes, where does he, is there another room? He goes, no, it's just this one. Well, where's the bed? He doesn't have one. Oh, no, sorry, where does he sleep? Who says he sleeps? Well, where does he fuck? Everywhere!
Is there more to it?
Just this room.
And a bedroom?
Nope. No bedroom.
Where's he sleep?
Who says he sleeps?
Where does he fuck?
Everywhere!
The amount of lines in this film that he then follows with either a quick ha or a double ha ha ha.
He's having so much fun on set, isn't he?
It's great to
it.
watch. The prime example of this is the holy water scene where he's just mugging to camera and he just goes, oh. I would watch 10 minutes of Al Pacino as the devil, John Milton, mocking stained glass Jesuses and going, when he's in the flamenco bar and he just gets the blonde woman to go to the table, and then Keanu's let him off. Keanu just laughs it off. This is in the middle of a very crowded restaurant.
Oh my goodness! How do we know? It's so good.
La vida pasa. Con el pelo suelto y desenfadado.
And also, as much as he's the devil, he does, he's trying to seduce Keanu with all these women. The two women that he gives to Keanu aren't as good as the blonde woman on his arm. Hair advice. Then, got me! You got that fire! You got that power! Anger, that's the final thing to go. That's the final big leaf. What else? Something that, very important when you're trying to make the Antichrist, and it'll definitely, turn somebody on, is to inform Keanu, she's ovulating. She's ovulating. And he points to her vagina as if he doesn't know where ovulation takes place. Pacino singing Sinatra. Most of these are in that final 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Why don't Pacino still does Broadway work? Why don't they turn this into a play and have Pacino do John Milton again and just do these insane monologues and paragraphs of lines, and then vanity, my favorite sin.
You got it. First thing.
Bye, Larry.
Vanity. Definitely my favorite sin. I see a rector and I want to.
Ha! Ha! Ha!
Dun, da, 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 da.
Also, isn't it obvious to pick Sympathy for the Devil?
And you're saying the rest of the film isn't?
Like, of the two Stone songs,
Yeah.
surely you would pick the one with devil in the title. Maybe this is where they were like, no, that's too on the nose. The rest of the film, well, that's too on the nose. Will's more general favourite parts of the film.
I like that, the vanity bit. I like the bit where he compares himself having sex to a Trojan army. That's a great simile.
Let's jump in again. I've got it right here. Here we go. Maybe the best monologue Al Pacino has ever delivered in his history on film. There's this beautiful girl, just fucked me 40 ways from Sunday. We're done. She's walking to the bathroom. She's trying to walk. Hey. She turns. She looks. It's me. Not the Trojan army just fucked her. Little old me.
There's this beautiful girl just fucked me 40 ways from Sunday. We're done. She's walking to the bathroom. She's trying to walk. She turns. She looks. It's me. Not the Trojan army just fucked her. Little old me. She gets this look on her face like, how the hell did that happen? I'm the hand of Mona Lisa's skirt. I'm a surprise, Kevin. They don't see me coming.
She has this look on her face like, how the hell did that happen? I'm the hand of Mona Lisa's skirt. I'm a surprise, Kevin. They never see me coming. That's what you're missing. And then let me show you the quickest way around New York. Subways. As if he's the only guy who's realized that the quickest way is around New York. I buy Subway. Will's more general. Oh, sorry. Go on. Keep shooting.
I will. Yeah, you know what? That I forgot that leads straight onto Mona Lisa. That's great. That's a great little scene when they're just walking through the street.
And then he goes, "There's a chicken. Plays tic-tac-toe. Never loses. Like you." And then the Asian guy goes, that like you. He joins in. It's great stuff. Keep going, Will. Keep going.
I like when he first meets John Milton. I like how quickly we meet him. It doesn't. We're straight into
that. That is my biggest relief with this film, because I think the film is not worse. Yeah, no, worse could be used. Is less good when Pacino is not on screen. I'm very happy that it's not a Silence of the Lambs situation, and he's only on for like 16 minutes.
Yeah,
and that we do get a 20-minute final scene.
Keanu, he took a pay cut, didn't he, just to get Al Pacino on set? Who wouldn't?
Well, we'll get to the people they threw about, but I don't think any of them are are as perfect a choice as Pacino. Maybe Nicholson. I could see Nicholson, but Nicholson's done The Devil. He did Witches of Eastwick.
Yeah.
So maybe that was why they didn't go to him. I mean, cast him again. He's a great devil.
I think Morgan Freeman would have been interesting. Yeah.
Not the Trojan army, just little old me. I'm the hand up Mona Lisa's skirt, Andy. First time I saw Kevin Lomax, I thought a stiff wind could have blown him over. Kevin Lomax. Now, the final scene, though, wouldn't be just vanity, my favorite sin. It would be, I hope I see Kevin Lomax again. I hope. Anything else?
Let's do the Oscar travesty.
Okay, I have got it ready. I believe it was the English Patient year. No, pardon me, I'm lying. I'm a liar. It was Titanic. It was Titanic's year. So, no chance, unfortunately. Titanic, as good as it gets, Full Monty, Good Will Hunting, LA Confidential. That's a pretty solid 5.
That's a very... I mean, well, Good Will. LA Confidential, for Best Director, that's unfortunate. Because that's a great movie.
LA Confidential is exceptional. I think, all joking aside, I don't know if Devil's Advocate does get any nominations. I think we could. Let's fit him into Best Supporting Actor. Let's give Pacino. Burt Reynolds' Boogie Nights, incredible. Greg Kinnear, as good as it gets, very good. Anthony Hopkins, Amistad. Let's get rid of that.
Let's do it. He just does the same though, doesn't he, Anthony?
What?
He can never shake off his Welsh accent. He can never do it. He's always Welsh.
I think there's a very, famous example of when he might have been able to, just a few, quite famous films. I don't know if you know of them, but they vaguely have him losing his bad take. He loses his Welsh accent all the time. Anyway, I don't know if Keanu gets a nom for Best Actor.
I don't think he does at all.
Best Screenplay, let's give it a nomination. Wings of the Dove. What? That sounds boring. Let's get rid of that and let's give Devil's Advocate a nomination. Yes, I don't know if this is our biggest Oscar travesty anger period, but alas. Will's favourite building or set?
It's his office. What a centerpiece!
Is that a real building? The infinity pools.
I haven't looked it up.
Yeah, this is your thing.
This is my segment.
The thing you do.
I've been busy. I've been designing buildings of my own recently.
Of your own, yes.
It's Sandra Gao on Twitter was there on February the 25th, 2013. Infinity pool on the 57th floor. Had a little splash today. # this is cool. It's real.
See, this should be like our pilgrimage. Like we should go to the Devil's Advocate sets. I was in New York twice, and I should have hit up a few of them. I don't know what would be top of my hit list. Oh, come on, guys. Well, no, we were gonna do Central Park. We thought that'd be cool. No, I want to hit up the church where a completely nude Charlize Theron got cut up and has a mattress over her. Best soundtrack titles. I couldn't find the soundtrack. Very annoying. Best line. I mean, I'm spent. I've thrown all of mine out there. I think I've got one left. And the one I have left is everywhere. Go on, Will. Take us away. Give us a few.
Well, the problem is we share the same favourite lines because they just are the best. Everywhere's great. Vanity. Call Me Dad. That's great. I like Better to Reign in Hell than Serve in Heaven. That's a good one. Mona Lisa. the Trojan horse. It's great. The worst vice is advice. I've got.
All the mystery of a border town.
Guilt is like a bag of bricks. All you got to do is set it down.
Set it down. Eddie Bazoon.
Free will is a bitch.
Free will, right? No.
We'll get to that bit because I think that's my change.
Oh, I'm very excited.
Oh,
well, let's do it now. We're out. What's the change?
Are we? Oh, well, so Keanu Reeves kills himself at the end of the movie.
Yes.
And
becomes the angel Gabriel. What's your change?
He shouldn't wake back up at that beginning court scene and walk off. He should just stay dead, and that's the
end of the movie. I'm similar. I do have the change of does it all have to be a dream? However,
yeah, it works because then we get Pacino at the end. Yeah, that's the only exception
also,
I'll give it.
I like I don't want Charlize to be dead. I like Charlize.
Yeah, that is sad.
Yeah, it's one of apart from Wizard of Oz, the Twilight Zone episode, Walking Midnight Sun. Have you seen that?
No.
I'll ruin it. So basically, they're getting closer and closer to the sun. Earth has been knocked out of its rotation, and so basically, everybody's just like coming to terms that they're going to die, and that they're either going to pass out or burn, or eventually, just the sun will consume the Earth. Not that anybody would be able to survive that actual final thing, but
yeah.
And then she wakes up. And it's all been a dream. But in actuality, Earth's been knocked out and it's going further away and they're all going to freeze to death. It's a nice little twist. It's good. Good. It's one of those three are the only ones where it's all a dream works. Wizard of Oz, Twilight Zone, and The Devil's Advocate. Where Keanu realizes that maybe he shouldn't defend this pedophile who, in another life, will move to murder.
I'd like to throw in another movie where I think it gets away with the fact it was all a dream.
Is it going to be Click?
It is Click.
Oh my god! Click and Proof of Life, two films that hopefully we never do. What's the what? He never had that, but he never had the controller.
So at the beginning of the movie, he goes to Bed Bath and Beyond, and he's really tired, and Adam Sandler's doing his bed, bath, bed. That's Al Pacino. It's great.
What is this movie?
It's great. And then he jumps onto a mattress, and then he rolls over to look at the door that says Beyond. So from that point, he fell asleep on the mattress, and Christopher Walken wasn't real, and all of it happens. But then the twist is he wakes up at the end after dying because of all the bad choices he made. Wakes up, he's like, yeah, I'm free. Runs home, wakes up all his kids, tells them, I love you, I love you, I love you. And then on the kitchen
just like
table.
It's a Wonderful Life.
But not as no. He gets back, and then the remote is on the table with a card from Christopher Walken saying, make the right choice this time. And he chucks it in the bin. So was it a dream? Was it not? It's a great movie.
So basically, what you're trying to say is Inception stole the ending of Click.
Yes.
Yeah. Inception's never been one I've go back to.
It's a great movie, but I don't think it's aged well.
Yeah.
It isn't.
When we're talking Nolan's, I love Memento. I love Memento. I really like Insomnia. Back to Pacino. You're as complicated to me as a black tile is to a fucking plumber. And Robin Williams is very good in that. Obviously the Batman trilogy. I love all three.
Yeah.
I really like Rises. I know that Rises got a bit of shit at the time. I love those Batmans. Interstellar, I can give or take. What am I missing? Prestige. Oh,
Prestige
love Prestige.
Prestige is my favourite Nolan.
Prestige took a few watchers to come around on because the ending is borderline absurd. But it's a bit like Magnolia. I don't want to ruin Magnolia because we will get to it. But it's one of those things where 95% of this film is some of the best film I've ever seen.
Yeah. You got Michael Caine going, the first part of the magic trick is she was
need
only 16 years old.
I need to not lie to myself. I need to convince myself that the last 5% does not sour the rest of this film. And I do believe that.
I think the last part of the film is fine because it's just really sad, and it's that's why.
Chapman's great.
He's phenomenal.
Bale's great. Any last words? Abracadabra. David Bowie as Nikola Tesla.
It's Nikola Tesla with all of his hats.
Andy Serkis.
Yes.
Scarlett.
It's a great
Rebecca
cast.
Hall does a good turn. Oh, there you go. There's a quiz question. In which film would you find Scarlett Johansson and Rebecca Hall?
Is it one that you've got the DVD up now?
Yeah, I'm just getting it.
I couldn't tell you.
Vicky Cristina Barcelona.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
Woody. Oh yeah, you haven't seen her Woody films.
I don't.
Oh,
yeah.
Baffling. Completely baffling. I think it's after. Is it after Meryl Month?
Meryl Mania.
Not Meryl Mania Month. Wow, pardon me. Yeah. What's the change? Have you got any other changes?
Lose a couple of scenes.
Whoa! Like what? Go on. Like what?
The ending.
No.
The subway, when they go down into the subway.
Marisela, sua esposa. Il momento che salite dell'appartamento. Ella stava arriba con Carlos. Mira, amigo, están en la pipa fumando crema. Están en la cocina compartiendo un jumbo. Y después, en tu misma cama, él se la va a meter por el culo. Y a ella la va a gustar en tu cama verde especial.
No, right. the Mexican, where he's like, your wife is your wife is at home, and your favorite green bread spread. You would cut that?
Yeah.
No, because that for me is that like, oh, he's a good devil.
¿Cómo? What the fuck you know? Sande me vista y póngase el cuchillo donde merece. Go ahead, son. You still got time. There's a train coming the other way. You'll just catch it. You'll thank me in the morning.
You ain't right, man.
Oh, I'm right. You'll see. Invigorating.
What did you say to him?
I told him that if he didn't leave us alone, you were going to kick his ass from here to the Calvin.
He's like, oh.
It's a nice devil.
But he's like, I am the devil, and I want people to kill people. Yeah. But, like, yeah, no, go home.
I'm a fan of man.
Any other changes?
I would say his accent, because it's very, very poor. He doesn't have a great luck with accents in movies, does he?
Great hard beast. A big pig monster.
The first time I met Dracula.
Bloody wolves. Still really like Bram Stoker.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah. I want the mother to get a big. This is a movie filled with monologues. I want the mother, the zealous religious mother, to get like a big crazy monologue. We get close, but she needs to be like, hey. I'll write it for her. We'll remake this. The green screen on the balcony, terrible. A lot of the CGI. That's the Disney Plus. They can redo all the CGI and put Devil's Advocate on Disney Plus.
Yeah, no, to be honest, when the stone feature wall in his office comes to life, it's a bit naff.
Yeah. And Al Pacino rips all of his burning clothes off. Eddie's death. I like it when he's getting beat by the tramps, but when the joggers go invisible and I cut that. Well, no, change it. Don't cut it. Don't cut anything. It's perfect film. Tom's Book Corner. Pardon me. What's left from Will's notes?
Just a big list. If you want me to quote the rest of the movie.
Yeah, throw a few. Throw a few in.
I'm all right.
What's left from Tom's notes? Here we go. Keanu can't wink.
Are we in?
We're in
Tom's corner.
We're in Tom's notes. Keanu can't wink. When he's like, when the guy who turns out to be Al Pacino goes, and then Keanu tries to wink back, doesn't work.
Oh, I missed that.
Like pornographic in that disco, where Keanu is biting her ass and like, I mean, you kiss, maybe, but there's a bit of what's it called? Not DFS. What's it called?
TMI?
No. Public displays of affection.
Right.
PDF. There's PDF, and then there's groping your wife, your fiance. Yeah. Oh no, their wife. Sorry.
A lot of versions, like another German version, they've removed a lot of the sex scenes and a lot of the violence.
Why?
Like, they completely cut Marianne's suicide, the scene, and they just mention it off camera.
The Germans. Why is Keanu racist when the black guy comes to him and he's like, "Oh yeah, the black thing was really funny."
Yeah, I know.
Keanu is immediately attracted to the redhead. Just by seeing her do Italian, he's like, and she has to pull the blind down. Also, why does she pull the blind down? Surely she knows. Surely she knows everything. Why isn't she like?
Maybe she's trying to get it on.
Oh, playing hard to go. I don't know. I don't know that gesture. Best jogging in New York.
Is this a new segment?
No. They say that that's one of the perks of the house. Surely any house. Are they? Surely.
We were watching.
Go on.
Jogging in New York is a bad idea. Well, we were watching Along Came Polly yesterday, and the first thing, the big dramatic ending is Ben Stiller running, and Becky said to me saying, "You shouldn't run in New York. You shouldn't do it.
Why?
Is this coming from a bad experience? No, but then I suppose Harry does it.
Yeah, Harry and yeah. And they're power walking / jogging, talking about the time they had sex. Yeah. Not them two, Harry and Sally. Yeah, and then what a run, best run. Second best to Shirley MacLaine in The Apartment. Ooh, what's the better run? That'll have to come on the Apartment episode. David Mamet. Did Pacino think this is my new Glengarry Glen Ross? This is because you look at some of those Glengarry Glen Ross monologues, and obviously we're talking about one of the best plays ever written, and then we're talking about The Devil's Advocate.
Oh no, absolutely! A lot of these monologues are very Glengarry, like the Trojan Horse one, especially. That could be taken straight from The cafe au lait.
Cafe au lait. My balls feel like concrete. My balls. You ever eat a meal? That used to be my monologue. I can't remember it.
Oh, Patel? Ravadam Patel? How am I gonna make a living on these deadbeats? Where'd you get this from, a morgue?
Look,
come on, what's the point? What's the fucking point? In any case, I gotta argue with you. I gotta knock heads with the cops. I'm busting my balls, sell your dirt to deadbeats. Money in the mattress. I come back, you can't even keep the contract safe. I gotta go out and fuck this shit. I'm gonna go out and reclose last week's stuff.
No. The word from Murray is leave him alone. He needs a new cig, he'll go out himself.
Murray is gonna go out?
Yeah, he'll be the president of the company. Just come in from out of town, all right?
Okay. Give me this shit.
Like for auditions. Like I used to. You ever take a shit, mate? You feel like you've been asleep for 24 hours.
He starts it. It's not the orgasm. It's a something on your cheek. I don't know. I'm ashamed. I did this monologue too.
I've got it somewhere. I've got it. I'm not going to get it. Big toe. That's enough said there. This is our second out-of-body night slip scene. We get Michelle Pfeiffer doing it. Yeah. Lies Beneath. Yeah.
Which is better?
Scene or film?
Scene. Michelle Pfeiffer.
Because this is like she's got a baby who's got ovaries. It's not fun to rewatch. Good funeral style. Everybody at Eddie Barzoon's funeral looks great, and they've all of the wives are like, "Oh, this is the time to get something in black." Cullen's stepdaughter, when he's stroking her back, is that just him imagining Getty's, or is the insinuation that he is also having it off with his stepdaughter?
I'm not sure. Maybe it's mirroring the facts that Pacino with Marianne, but
no, because that's not at the funeral.
No,
that's during the Cullen case. So the mother went to New York and she met this waiter who just so happened to be the devil. Why was the devil a waiter?
Because he probably targeted this one. This is who he wanted, and so he tried to make himself pop up in her timeline and seduce her. He probably handpicked her first and then went after her. That's what the devil does.
That old devil. Few fun facts. Here we go. Okay. So it's based on a book by Andrew Needleman. Andrew Needleman has apparently written the libretto for a musical staged adaptation of The Devil's Advocate. So
they haven't got a score though, have they?
This is the problem.
That's where we come in.
This is the thing. Apparently, it's all been done. A musical play based on The Devil's Advocate opened on the West End Theatre in 2014 with music by David Yazbek and lyrics by Andrew Needleman. And then I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find a song. I couldn't find a review. I couldn't find a single thing.
It's called Legally Blonde. I would love there to be a Devil's Advocate musical.
That would be good.
I made the Al Pacino part baritone, so I can play.
Andrew Needleman wrote The Devil's Advocate as a novel, and it was published in 1990. It was him that approached Warner Brothers saying it'd be a good film. It wasn't the other way around. Various screenplay. adaptations of The Devil's Advocate had been pitched, originally with Joel Schumacher planned to direct it, which would have been interesting. One of your favourites, Falling Down.
Yeah.
Phantom of the Opera, Lost Boys. Planned to direct it with Brad Pitt as the young lawyer. The O.J. Simpson murder trial. And its controversial outcome gave new impetus into the project and offered it a $60 million budget. Warner Brothers hired Taylor Hackford to direct this new attempt. The director embraced the legal drama aspect, theorizing that the courtroom has become the gladiator arena of the late 20th century. Tony Gilroy led much of the rewrite. Free will became a theme. Adaptations. In 2014, Andrew Neiderman wrote a prequel novel called Judgment Day about John Milton arriving in New York City and obtaining control of a major law firm. Neiderman again brought the book to Warner Brothers for a television series adaptation, and it was unsuccessfully attempted to adapt it into a series in 2014, and they did write the pilot. Why not, now that we've got Irishman technology, why don't we just make it Pacino again? Originally, the film was a more visual effects orientated blockbuster type movie. It was turned down by Al Pacino 5 times. But when Taylor Hackford went through a few script rewrites with Pacino, he offered it to Pacino again. Pacino liked it, but didn't think he could portray Milton properly and suggested Robert Redford or Sean Connery.
Sean Connery. Oh, no, that doesn't work. That doesn't work.
Charlize thought long and hard about appearing nude in the film, having turned down Showgirls for precisely that reason. So she made the right choice. In order to prepare for her role, Charlize Theron spent an hour a day over 3 months in New York City with a psychotherapist to practice schizophrenia.
Yeah, okay.
There is a deleted scene where Marianne is looking for Keanu at Eddie Barzoon's party, and someone redirects her to a library. She is shocked to find 3 people engaged in a threesome and leaves them then to invite her to join the party. The scene didn't make the final cut, but seeing the level of debauchery in Milton's company may explain Marianne's increasing suspicion of Kevin's infidelity in the remainder of the movie. Yeah, put it back in. Kevin Spacey was considered for the role of John Milton. I can see that. That'd be good.
I can see that.
Maybe that can be the comeback vehicle. You can remake this.
Oh, that can be his Tropic Thunder.
Yes. Richard Gere was considered for the role of John Milton.
I could see it. It would be a different take. It wouldn't have the intensity, but it'd be like the suave, soft-spoken devil.
According to this, John Milton is heard and shown speaking several different languages to show that Satan, like evil, knows no boundaries. It's a bit of a jump. In the book, Kevin's last name is Taylor, but in the movie, it's Lomax. Also in the book, Kevin and John Milton aren't father and son, but in the film they are.
I like him being the devil's son.
Call me Dad. Which leads us on to Tom's big question. Is this one of the best dad and son movies?
Have I got some things to choose from?
I didn't think of any. I mean, there's obviously Field of Dreams. Field of Dreams should be one of the worst movies ever made, and it astounds me every time I watch it that it's not complete trash. Here's a question, Will. What is your favourite sin?
It's vanity.
Is it vanity? And this is a serious question.
Is this serious? What's my favorite sin? I don't want to. I don't want to say on YouTube that I've sinned in my life, but gluttony is fun because I do enjoy.
Is good.
I do enjoy a nice meal every now and again.
Yeah, all of the sins are good. Well, not wrath.
Gluttony.
Gluttony is good, obviously. Lust is good, obviously.
Pride one, or is it?
Pride is one. Yeah,
I like pride.
Pride is like the nicest one.
The nice one.
Well, no, it should be vanity. That's what this is the thing. Pride is vanity, isn't it? So it should be pride. Definitely my favorite sin.
I remember one of my favorite games to play online when I was a child was this. No.
Oh.
It was this game called The 7 Deadly Sins, and it was this simulation game. And the idea was you get 1 day, and you need to commit. Oh no, you get 10 days or 7 days. You get a set amount of days, and you need to commit all 7 deadly sins within that time period. So there's stuff like you go into a bar or all sorts of things, and you see how quickly you can commit the 7 deadly sins. It's a great game for a young 7-year-old boy to play.
Oh my, this is terrifying. Synopsis of a sequel. Yeah, make one. Who keep Pacino.
Yeah.
Who is the new person that he's trying to make the devil's advocate?
Oof. Guy Pearce.
You're casting Guy Pearce as the young guy who... Yeah, Robert De Niro as Kevin Lomax. Oh, that's a movie.
Yeah. Daniel Kaluuya.
Oh yeah.
Get Out. I can see that. That would be a good casting. But if we were to swap out Pacino, I wouldn't mind seeing Nick Cage as.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That would be great.
Yeah. Okay. Nick Cage and Guy Pearce. Guy Pearce might be older than Nick Cage.
No, stick Daniel Kaluuya in there.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Daniel. Now it's a Now it's a firm. Now it's a partners, and it's Nicolas Cage and Guy Pearce, and then there's the big guy who we don't meet throughout the whole movie, and then the final 20 minutes again is just Pacino. Call me Dad. I'm not your son. Oh yeah. Just keep saying the same thing.
It's because he's aging so much. He's
senile.
Deteriorating. Call me Dad. Everyone he meets.
Senile devil. That's the name. That's the name of the movie. You senile devil, you. That's a sitcom.
Sounds like an Andrew Lloyd Webber concept album.
Probably. Stephen Ward. Closing line Hall of Fame. I mean, we've said it 20 times already. Vanity. Definitely my favorite sin. Ha ha.
I also want to mention the transformation from the reporter into Pacino.
Looks great.
It's fantastic. That's the best visual effects in that movie.
Yeah. The rest of them are quite dicky at points.
Yeah.
But that still looks great to this day.
Yeah.
And you never see it coming. I just love that. See you tomorrow.
And that's just the impression of Keanu trying to win.
Yeah, trying to win. Oh, Keanu. Ow. Have you got any last thoughts, Will, on this modern day masterpiece?
I might rewatch it again tonight. having watched it last night and this morning.
You've done it oh wait, no. In halves.
Yeah. I watched half of it last night, and the big Pacino.
You want to be fresh faced for that.
I do.
Oh wow, what a man! What a film! Will, it's been a pleasure.
Sure has.
Next up, it's time to meet Dr. Lecter for double bill, Silence of the Lambs and Hannibal. Very exciting stuff. Very exciting.
Chianti.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, shall we have a tipple?
Well, we're recording it on a Saturday.
Oh.
Well, I'm just thinking Saturday at 3 obviously makes more sense than Monday at 12. Monday morning at 12 in the clock. That's what people say.
Have you been drinking already?
I love it. I love booze. I love liquor. I love liquor.
Dabba 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 da da ba. Ba 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 ba.